E3 right around the corner, I wanted to talk about my love of Wolfenstein, the New Order, and the Old Blood, and the potential sequel talk that we're hearing murmurs about. So let's get into it. I'm a huge fan of Wolfenstein, the New Order. I found it to be one of the best PS4 games to come out for the first year the PS4 was released. The game delivered a first-person shooter single-player campaign and no multiplayer. The developers wanted to show that you can tell great stories and have that be the focus in a first-person shooter, and Wolfenstein most certainly delivered. Wolfenstein wasn't just a great story with characters you cared about, but it had humor to it, some really genuine funny moments to it, and great gameplay. In many instances, the game would give the player the option to choose to tackle the situation from either a stealthy approach or a guns blazing approach, or both. Hey, why not have both? I usually started from a stealthy angle, and then when I got caught, I just went all out action. And who didn't want to go all out action in Wolfenstein? It was just an utter joy to shoot Nazis in this game, or blow them up with grenades, or hit them with many of the other guns in the game. And they blew up in these nasty bits. I mean, Wolfenstein it's not for kids. It's a really violent game. It's a lot of fun. It's for adults. It's for dads and moms, frustrated parents that need to get some anger out. Play Wolfenstein. I love Wolfenstein. What I really liked about the stealth in the game and the gameplay as a whole was how the game didn't restrict you. It was very much, oh, here's an area, and unless it was an all-out action part, it really gave you the opportunity to go stealth if you wanted to. And in sections where you could go stealth, the game did not instant fail you if you were detected. You know, it wasn't like Ubisoft came in there and said, hey, you just got detected. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to go back to that checky point back there. No, Wolfenstein said, you got caught? Dude, you have like a bunch of shotguns and machine guns and grenades. Just go nuts. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I really liked how Wolfenstein treated its players like an adult. I like how you were able to adapt to the situations rather than being completely handheld the whole game and restricted to play the game just like how the developers really want you to play it. It was more like Wolfenstein said, hey, here's a bunch of toys, have at it, have a lot of fun. And oh my god, did I love the throwing knife in the game. Even if you hit the dude in the ankle, you would instant kill them. Like, I don't know what was on it. Maybe it was like laced with Ebola, and it immediately took someone out. Fantastic, best knives like ever in a game. The shooting was also really awesome throughout the game. What I like too is with the tight shooting, the game allowed you to dual wield many of the guns in the game. It was just a nice throwback option. And the game also had a lean mechanic, which is something you don't see in console shooters. And what I liked is it gave the player the opportunity to really use cover to their advantage while in firefights. Or if you were playing from a stealthy approach, you could peek around corners, which really gave you a nice advantage, and you could really clear out areas completely without them even knowing you were there. I love both the New Order and the prequel game, The Old Blood, and I plan on doing reviews for each of those in the future, but I just wanted to touch on a bit of why I love Wolfenstein, so this is just kind of like a little summary of it. And now I want to talk about a bit of what I'd like to see in the potential sequel that we're hearing murmurs about. Now I know a sequel hasn't been officially announced, but hey, E3's right around the corner, and I think it's going to get announced there, or at least I hope. But there have been a few articles suggesting that there is a new Wolfenstein coming out, and from the same team that gave us both the previous Wolfenstein games. This is going to be slight spoilers for Wolfenstein 1, particularly for the ending, so if you haven't played the game, you should go play the game, so stop the video here. I don't want to ruin any of the narrative for you because it's great. Okay, spoilers start now. What I would really like to see in Wolfenstein 2 is for them to pick up right where Wolfenstein left off. And what I mean by that is, have it start with a cutscene, you know, showing BJ getting rescued, because I really want to play BJ in the next game. Or, better yet, I think this would be an even cooler idea, have the player be the one to actually save BJ. Have that be the first gameplay bit in the next Wolfenstein. It'd be really cool, it'd be a great way to kind of start off the narrative, and at the same time it'd be an emotional one, because you're trying to save a character that you love from the first game. Now, I'd want to see the same care that was put into the previous Wolfenstein games into the new one. And what I mean by that is I want the same gameplay options and variability along with the 60 FPS that this had on consoles. Fantastic. I mean, you do not see this that much in current gen tech. Usually it's all at 30, and sometimes you get the 60. Wolfenstein said, screw it, you get the 60, and I mean, it looked gorgeous. Hopefully, the new game will include the challenge type maps that they had in the Old Blood. The Old Blood had these really awesome, fun, and replayable challenge maps where you tried to keep increasing your score. I thought it added some really great variety and replay to the game besides just the campaign. And I really hope they include this in the next game so you can kind of have that awesome longevity. What I would also like with this is these challenge maps to also be able to be played in co-op. And better yet, since it's my video, I want it in split screen co-op too, because I miss split screen. In addition to these challenge maps, I'd also like to have some type of horde style mode. Why? Because the shooting's amazing in Wolfenstein, and to just face off against waves of Nazis and craziness, oh, that'd be great, and with a friend. I would be open to the next Wolfenstein including some type of competitive multiplayer option, because I know Wolfenstein in the past, it has a history of having some very good, fun multiplayer options. I would want the developers to include this multiplayer mode as long as it means that it wouldn't take away from the quality of its single-player game. Wolfenstein, especially with these developers from Machine Games, have rooted themselves in telling a very good story and having a very compelling single-player experience. So I don't want them to get away from that, because I thought that that was very unique to Wolfenstein. But if we can get that multiplayer in addition too with it, that would be fantastic. Just to keep up the longevity and just to provide more options to be able to play the game. There is a small thing that I would like them to add to the next game too. I'd love the ability to be able to pick up ammo and armor by walking over them rather than clicking a button every time I want to pick up ammo or armor. It just got tedious. It wasn't extremely annoying, or did it hurt the experience of the game? It was fine. But I feel like during some of the crazier shootouts, it would just be better for the pacing to be able to just run over a bunch of guns and just pick up the ammo. No need to click any buttons for those. Or if there's a helmet on the ground, I instantly pick it up. Now also keep in there to be able to grab that armor. You know, if it's in high to reach places, I don't want to have to jump on top of it to get it. But if it's on the ground, it just kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick it up. Now, I always say this with my wish lists of sort for sequels is surprise me. Don't show me everything with the trailers. Don't show me everything with the press conferences or anything like that. Save a little. Surprise me so that when I'm playing the game, I'm genuinely like, wow, I haven't seen any of this before. And I just like having those experiences with my games. That's my short-ish video on why I love Wolfenstein. The reviews will be coming in the future, and I'm really hoping that that sequel gets announced. I really love these two games. I think they're fantastic, extremely underrated, and more people should play them. They're really awesome first-person shooters, even if you're the type of person that will play through a campaign once. I'm the type who will play through it 10 times, but even if you're someone who will just play it through once, go give it a try. It's cheap now. Go buy this. It's great quality. 60 FPS, runs great out of the gate. Great set of games. If you enjoyed this video, please hit a like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, give me a subscribe. And if you're a fan of Wolfenstein, let me know what you would like to see in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.